So this is where the conversation has to turn to adaptation. We know climate change is accelerating these extreme events. So what do you do about it? International cooperation, billions in infrastructure, that's not going to happen overnight. So are there any practical options? For that, let's bring in Jason Thistlethwaite of the University of Waterloo, who specializes in climate risk management. So Jason, I know the economic impacts of climate change are a priority for you, that you deal in practicalities. So let's talk about them. What's something that could happen right now to arm people with the information about where they live and work?
The first priority should be knowing where the risk is. And in Canada, we struggle to do that because we don't have accurate and up-to-date maps that incorporate risks like wildfire and flooding. They can then inform not only property owners about whether they live in a high-risk area, but most importantly, municipalities and provinces. We need to figure out the high-risk areas, the places where the risk is the most significant. It's in these areas where investments and strategies supporting adaptation are going to have the most benefit for the community and the country.
Anything strike you about other protections that need to happen immediately?
The one thing that I think is very evident and clear in the images that we're seeing out of British Columbia is that our critical infrastructure is not protected from climate change. The images of the water pouring over the Trans-Canada Highway, this is the main supply route between the east and west part of the country. So the fact that we don't have one of our major supply chain routes protected, despite the fact that it is in a floodplain, really did catch me by surprise. And in addition to all the rail links that have been destroyed too, we need to be paying much more attention to our critical infrastructure. Emergency services, hospitals, wastewater, which we also saw being flooded in British Columbia.
Is there something you want leaders of communities, big and small, to hear right now?
I think it's very important that, in particular, local leaders, but also citizens, pick up the phone and advocate on behalf of climate change adaptation. There is not a big enough constituency or a strong enough constituency advocating for climate change adaptation in Canada. Mitigation gets a lot of attention, but we are not prepared, and we need to be doing more to bring voices together to advocate on behalf of defending and protecting our communities from climate change risks. We have about a 6 to 12-month window after this event where politicians are going to be paying attention. And it's now we really need to hold their feet to the fire and demand the accountability they have for giving us at the local level the resources we need to be able to make decisions to protect our communities both now and well into the future.
All right, Jason Thistlethwaite, thank you very much for this.
Thank you.